We did promise to start at 7 o'clock.
All right, go
All
ahead.
right. So good evening. Good evening. First, I want to thank you for joining us tonight on the Homebuyer Seminar, and we do appreciate you taking the time to be here. Tonight, our goal is to provide you with clear, practical information to help you feel confident and prepared as you navigate the home buying process. So before we get started, if you are able to, please turn your cameras on so we can see your lovely faces, and mute yourselves during the presentation. You're going to also want to grab a paper and a pen so you can take down some notes. And I want to mention that we will also have some surprises at the end, so we encourage you to stay on till the very end. Tonight, we're going to cover some great information. And if you think of a question along the way, please just jot it down or type it into the chat. If we don't get your question answered, we'll leave time at the end for Q&A so we can answer anything specific to your situation. We also love the interaction and appreciate your participation. Let me start off by introducing myself. Hi, I'm Trisha Garcia, and I do have the privilege of working alongside my brother, Steve Heiss, and my aunt, Pat Saraceno. Steve and Pat, would you like to take a minute to unmute yourselves and say hi?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll start first, actually. So my name is Steve Heiss, and I'm so glad everybody joined this webinar call. It's going to be a great call. You're going to get a lot of great information here. This call is not only for first-time buyers, but it's also for homeowners that are thinking about maybe purchasing again, or maybe an investment property, or maybe they want to sell their home and buy something else. I do encourage you to stay till the end because there's going to be great information all the way to the end. And like Trisha said, we do have a gift to give away at the end as well. So I'd love for you to stay till the very end.
Pat?
Okay, my turn. Hi, I'm Pat Saraceno. I'm honored to be part of this EXPA team, if you will. I have the privilege of actually closing escrow with a pair of first-time buyers today. And I've got to tell you, it's the best thing that's ever happened to them. It was a process and it required a lot of patience, but given their tenacity and positive attitude, we made it to the finish line. We closed escrow today, and they got their keys. So I'm eager to not only participate today in this, webinar and knowledge sharing, if you will, but I'm eager to maybe lead some of these myself in the future for future home buyers.
Awesome. Thank you, Pat. And I'd also like to introduce our lender, Frank Thomason from Valor Home Finance. Frank, do you want to say a quick hello?
Thanks, Trish. I'm just grateful to be a part of Steve, Pat, and Trisha. I think that they're a great team, and it really is a pleasure to work with them. I actually got to work with Pat with the first-time home buyers that we actually closed a loan on today. Super grateful for them, and as they start their new life and their new home. So yeah, I'm looking forward. And I was on the first time around with Trisha, and this is really a treat. I'm looking forward to it again.
Thank you so much. All right, so we proudly serve the Ventura and Los Angeles counties, and we help individuals and families make confident, well-informed decisions when it comes to buying a home. So as a family team, we know how important it is to have people you trust in your corner, especially when making one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. That's why we focus on education, transparency, and a personalized approach for each of our clients. So whether you're a first-time buyer or it's been a while since your last move, we're here to guide you through each step. We'll break things down in a way that makes sense. We're going to answer your questions and help you feel confident with every step. We are proud to be your Southern California real estate experts. Let me see with a show of hands. How many of you are currently renting right now? Okay, one, okay, got it. And how many of you are hoping to buy in the next 6 months? Okay, got it, perfect. Okay, a couple of you. So buying a home, it starts with a dream, right? It's a dream of stability and freedom. And with a solid plan and the right team by your side to guide you, that dream can become a reality. What is it that has you thinking about a move? Go ahead and type your answer into the chat. Is it maybe you recently got married, or you're expecting a baby? Maybe you're a blended family. Are you relocating for work? Do you need more space, or maybe even just a little bit less space? Okay, Anthony, you've been paying rent for far too long. Yes, we hear that a lot. Okay, rent, more space, ready to take the next step to own. Yes, these are all great. So there are so many reasons that brought you here tonight. And I want you to know this, you are in the right place. And it's okay if you're feeling a bit confused or nervous or overwhelmed. Some of you may actually be feeling excited too, but not sure where to begin. And that's totally normal. And you are exactly who we created this seminar for. So let me ask you, has anyone actually sat down with you and mapped out what it really takes to buy a home in today's market? Go ahead and type a yes or no into the chat if you don't mind. No, no, one yes. Okay. Not really. Okay, got it. Would it be helpful if we created a quick, no pressure game plan, even if you decided not to move forward right away? All right. Well, we are here to guide you on your home journey. This is a space to get informed, to ask your questions, and walk away with clarity and confidence about your next steps. We want you to feel excited about your home journey and not overwhelmed. These are just a few of the amazing clients we've had the honor of helping. Each photo tells a story of dreams fulfilled and new beginnings. So we are committed to making the home buying journey smooth, personal, and truly memorable for every client that we serve. Today, we're covering everything that you need to feel confident about buying a home in 2025. We're going to cover things like financial perks, market conditions, common buyer mistakes, and how to protect your investment with the right team behind you. We're going to share a lot of great information in a very short amount of time. So if you don't get it all, don't worry. We will put a link in the chat where you can schedule a home buying consultation with one of our team members. Let's talk about what home ownership really does for your finances, just beyond having a place to live. All right, so here's the beauty of home ownership. Every single month, you're paying into something that belongs to you. That equity builds over time and becomes part of your net worth. Second, with a fixed rate mortgage, you don't have to worry about surprise increases like you would with rent. There are also potential tax advantages. Many homeowners can deduct things like the mortgage interest and property taxes, which can make a really big difference when you file your taxes. And this is something that your CPA will help you with in more detail. Fourth, there's appreciation. In areas like Ventura and LA counties, home values have grown steadily over the years. So that can translate into serious wealth for you. Okay, and finally, there's leverage. You might only put 3 to 5% down, but if your home appreciates, you gain equity based on the entire home value, not just your down payment. Does that make sense? Let me shake a head. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this is one of the biggest advantages of owning real estate. So when people say home ownership is one of the smartest financial moves you can make, this is exactly what they're talking about. Our goal is to give you the best buying experience possible by guiding you every step of the way. When you know what to expect, you can avoid common pitfalls. And we're here to make sure the entire process is clear, calm, and it's under control for you. I'm sure that a lot of you are wondering right now, is this the right time to buy? And here's what many people don't realize. Today's market actually offers opportunities for smart buyers, especially right here in Ventura and LA counties. You have the opportunity to build equity instead of throwing money away on rent. And we will help you lock in a price before values go up. And in many cases, get sellers to help cover some of those costs. And no, you don't always need to put 20% down, and you might even qualify for some programs you didn't know existed. Go ahead and type into the chat. What would it mean for you financially if buying now saved you thousands over the next 5 years? Would it mean maybe you couldn't save for a car, put some money away for your child's college fund? Possibly, Jamie says save for retirement. That's really good. Vacation. Yeah. So today's session is all about unlocking that kind of knowledge and giving you the tools, strategies, and local insight to buy with confidence. So stick with me. This could change your timeline, your budget, and maybe even your life. So here's a question for you. Have you been wondering if home prices are about to crash? Let me know by typing your answer into the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. This is one of the most common fears we hear. And the answer is, I'm going to do drum roll, not likely. So nationally, Zillow is predicting a small dip around 1.5%, but Goldman Sachs is up about 3.2%. Okay, so what is that telling us? Experts are split, but no one is predicting a crash. And here's a little inside information. It all comes down to your local market. So in Southern California, home prices are holding steady. We're seeing modest growth, about 0.8% year over year. And that slow and steady trend, it's expected to continue through the end of 2025. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit closer for Ventura County, our home turf. The median price is sitting around $893,000. Zillow shows slight growth at 0.4%, while Redfin is reporting a stronger increase at over 4.6%. So that's real momentum right here in our backyard. So if you're thinking about buying, here's what this really means. Getting in now can mean you're buying before the next climb in prices, right? So rather than chasing the market, this could be the time to let the market work in your favor. We just dropped a link into the chat. Go ahead and click on it and book your home buying consultation today if you would like more information on this or to go over your situation in more detail. All right, so how can we help simplify your real estate journey? Our objective, it's simple. We're here to consult with you. We're here to keep you informed every step of the way and guide you through the process. We want to make sure you feel educated and confident in every decision that you make. How many of you feel better knowing that professional representation will be with you every step of the way through your home buying journey? Let me know by typing a yes into the chat. Yes, yep. Yuritsa, yes. Steve, yes. Jamie, yes. Anthony, yes. Frank, yes. Frank said, heck yes. All right, well, let's move on to mistake number one. So one of our top priorities is making sure you feel informed, confident, and supported through your home buying journey. That's why throughout today's presentation, we'll be pointing out the 5 most common mistakes that buyers make and how we help you avoid them. So these common mistakes can cause stress, delays, and sometimes extra costs. But with the right guidance, they're very easy to avoid. So let's start with the first one, which is underestimating total costs. Many buyers are focusing only on the purchase price and they forget about the additional fees such as closing costs, property taxes, and insurance. We break everything down for you right up front and help you budget confidently to avoid any surprises. So let's talk about what fees you can expect when buying a home. First, some costs may be negotiable or offset by seller credits, and we'll help you understand what's fixed, what's flexible, and how to plan ahead for those. You'll have some upfront costs like home inspections, which are going to be your standard home inspection, termite, and sewer. And these usually cost between $600 and $850 total. Depending on the property, though, you might need additional inspections such as roof or septic or pool. Unless you're paying all cash for your home, there is going to be an appraisal fee, and this typically ranges between $400 to $500. And then you're going to see title, escrow, and lender fees as part of your closing costs, which typically range from 2 to 5% of the purchase price of the home. There's also the buyer broker compensation, which in many cases, we can still get the seller to cover that, but we'll guide you through what that looks like based on your loan and offer strategy. So we're here to help you understand all the costs involved, from upfront expenses to closing fees, so you're always informed and there are never any surprises. Type into the chat, what's one thing that excites you the most about buying a home? Could it be your own garage to work in? Or could it be that you get to paint the walls any color you want? Landscape however you want. Pool, equity for the future, absolutely. Decorating, yes. These are all great. Well, 2025, it's shaping up to be a unique opportunity for buyers. And here's why. So first, inventory is up. That means homes are on the market. In fact, over 304,000 homes are projected to sell this year compared to just under 275,000 from last year. So that means you have more options, less competition, and more negotiation power. Next, interest rates, they're expected to start dropping. Okay, I don't have a crystal ball, but we're expecting the average 30-year fix come down to about 5.9% by the end of the year. And when rates drop, you have the opportunity for your monthly payment to drop as well. That is huge for your budget and your long-term affordability. And your lender can go over the details with you for your specific situation. Okay, so what's the catch, right? There's always a catch. So here it is. Home prices are still climbing. The projected median price in California is $909,400 this year. That is up 4.6%. This means that the longer you wait, the more you might pay. So buying sooner gives you a head start on building equity and protecting your future. This is why it's very important to work with a team that understands how to navigate the numbers, time the market, and negotiate smart on your behalf. We understand buying a home, it can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Over the next few slides, we're going to walk you through the 10 essential steps that will take you from dreaming about your new home all the way to holding the keys in your hand. We're going to cover everything you need to know from getting pre-approved for a loan to making an offer and finally closing on your new home. We want to make this process straightforward, manageable, and enjoyable. Our team will be by your side throughout the entire process, providing guidance and support to help you make the best choices for your situation. So let's dive in and let's take a closer look, which will lead us to the second mistake that many home buyers make. So one of the early mistakes that we see buyers make is skipping the pre-approval step. Getting pre-approved isn't just paperwork. It gives you a clear picture of what you can afford. It strengthens your offer and shows sellers you're serious. Let's dive into why this step is key to setting yourself up for success. Lori, I do see you have a question. Can you help with affordable housing home buyer programs? Yes, that is a great question. So that's something you can talk with Frank at the end of the presentation, and he can give you more guidance on that. All right, so our step number one. So Frank Tomlinson is our licensed mortgage lender, and the way he works the pre-approval process is he's going to review your credit, your income, and your financial documents. This is not a quick online estimate. This is going to be a verified look at your ability to purchase. It helps you to understand exactly what you can afford, your maximum price, your monthly payments, and how much cash you're going to need up front, okay? It's going to save you time by focusing your search on homes that fit your budget. And it protects you by reducing surprises during escrow, which means less risk of losing your deposit, which is also known as your earnest money. Best of all, pre-approval comes with no upfront costs or obligation, and having the pre-approval provides you with clarity and confidence. So really, this is more than just a formality. It's a key point of winning. It's a key part of winning the home that you want. All right, with the show of hands, how many of you have spoken to a lender or a mortgage professional yet? Okay, no one. How many of you know what your credit score is right now? Okay, a couple of you. All right. When it comes down to payments and credit scores, the requirement depends on the type of loan that you choose. So we're going to focus on the two most common ones today. We're going to look at the FHA loans and the conventional loans. So for FHA loans, you typically need a minimum down payment of 3.5% and a credit score of at least 580. FHA loans are popular with buyers who might have lower credit scores or less savings for a down payment. On the conventional loans, the down payment requirement usually ranges from 3 to 5%, but your credit score requirements are going to be a bit higher, typically 620 to 680 or more, and that depends on your lender. So keep in mind, you can always put down more than the minimum, which is going to help you lower your monthly payments and it's going to help you build your equity faster. There are loan programs for all kinds of buyers, so including teachers, nurses, first responders, and you don't need perfect credit. If your credit needs a little work, we can connect you with a credit repair resource to help you get on track. All right, we just dropped a link into the chat. Go ahead and click on it and book your home buying consultation today if you would like to talk more in detail about your personal situation. Now that we've covered the financial side, let's shift gears a little bit. Okay, so one of the biggest challenges in this process, it's not financial at all, it's emotional. And that brings us to the next common mistake buyers make. So let's talk about mistake number 3, letting our emotions override strategy. Share your answer in the chat. What's more important to you when looking for a home? Is it going to be the location, the size of the home, the price of the home? Okay, so before we even start looking at home, all of the above, price, okay, awesome. Before we even start looking at homes and getting the excitement going, we build your complete buyer profile. We're going to talk about the exact neighborhoods that you would like, school districts, if you have children in school, your must-have versus your nice-to-have, deal breakers, and a realistic timeline. We're going to have a conversation on what you're looking for in your next home that isn't working for you in your current home. This saves time because we only see homes that actually fit your criteria, and it's going to save you money because you don't fall in love with homes that are outside of your budget or your needs. Plus, when we do find the right home, you can make decisions very quickly and confidently. So ask yourself, what are your absolute must-haves in your next home? Is it the bedroom count? Or do you need RV parking? Or is a walk-in pantry a must? How about a gated community? Or maybe you don't want a gated community or a pool. These are all important details to help me and my team understand what you and your family are looking for in your next home. Let's go into step number 3 of the buying process. So once you found the home you love, the next step is making a strong offer. And that's where strategy and negotiation really come into play. Our team looks at everything. We're going to analyze how hot or cool the market is, how many days the home's been listed, how many other buyers are making offers, and even what the seller might really need, like a quick close or extra time to move. We also look closely at the condition of the home. Maybe it has potential maintenance needs and how your loan type might affect your offer and how that's viewed. So this is where our experience really shines. We're not just about submitting an offer. We're building a strategy that protects your money. It's going to strengthen your position and helps you win the home that you love. Step number 4. So once your offer is accepted, you're now on your way to becoming a homeowner. So first, you're going to submit your earnest money deposit into escrow. This is typically 3% of the purchase price, and it shows sellers that you're committed. Next comes the contingency period. This is when you'll work on securing your loan. The appraisal gets ordered and inspections are going to begin. We're going to go deeper into the inspections on the next slide, but just know we help you coordinate all of it. Once your loan is approved and documents are signed, it's time for the best part, which is move-in day. So unless otherwise negotiated, you'll get the keys on your close of escrow date. I know this might feel overwhelming with so many details to manage, but rest assured, we'll be by your side throughout the entire process, making sure everything stays organized and on schedule. Once we're in contract, one of the most important steps is getting your home inspections completed. This is your chance to learn everything you can about the home, the good, not so good, and anything that might need attention down the road. We're going to help you schedule your key inspections, like the general home inspection, the termite, the sewer scope, and then again, depending on the type of property, a possible roof inspection, pool, or septic. And there are other inspections that are available to you as well. Our team works with trusted licensed inspectors who are thorough, professional, and who explain things in plain language so you know exactly what you're walking into. Once we review the inspection reports together, we're going to decide whether to request repairs from the seller. Maybe we want some credits from the seller, or simply just move forward as is. Don't worry, our team will guide these conversations and negotiate on your behalf to make sure you're always protected. How many of you know what a home appraisal is and want to share that in the chat with us? Nobody? Okay, that's all right. An appraisal is like a professional checkup. Okay. Lori's familiar. Value of the home. Anthony, perfect. What's my homework? Yep, perfect. So an appraisal, it's like a professional checkup for the home's value. A licensed expert compares a property to similar homes nearby to determine its true worth. This ensures you're paying a fair price. So the home must appraise at or above the agreed purchase price, or you may need to pay the difference to secure your loan. The appraisal contingency period is usually 14 to 17 days into escrow. And this appraisal contingency, it protects your deposit if any issues arise. The appraiser is completely independent. They work for neither the buyer nor the seller or the lender. So you're going to get an unbiased opinion. If the appraisal happens to come in low, our team will help you negotiate so your investment is protected and the deal can still move forward. If the appraisal comes high, that's awesome, because then that means you're walking into equity already on that property. Step number 7, getting your full loan commitment. This means that your lender has completed a thorough review of your finances and has officially approved your mortgage loan. It usually takes about 17 days to go from pre-approval to full approval, depending on how quickly you provide your financial documents to your lender. The loan approval is also an important contingency in your contract. It's protecting your earnest money deposit in case your loan doesn't get approved. So the more upfront and complete information you share with your lender, the smoother and faster this process will be. So tell them everything right up front. Your lender is a key partner working hard to get you across the finish line and into your new home. We just dropped a link into the chat. Go ahead and click on it to book your home buying consultation today if you would like more details on the loan approval process. Once you receive full loan approval, you're in the final stretch. This is also when things can get a little risky if you're not careful. So let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes that buyers make at this stage, which is making some major financial changes before closing escrow. Mistake number 4, it's a big one, and it leads us perfectly into this slide. So once you're in escrow, even small financial changes can put your loan at risk. So let's go over the 10 most important things to avoid to keep your loan safe and on track to close. First, you're going to want to stay put with your job. No quitting or switching right now. Big purchases like cars, trucks, vans, just hold off until after closing. You're going to want to keep your credit card use low, and don't miss any payments. Don't dip into your closing funds. Those are sacred and needed for closing. Be honest on your loan application. Don't hide any debts. New furniture and appliances. I know it's exciting. You want to start getting things ready for your new home. And even with a delayed payment, please just wait until you own the home. We don't want any new credit inquiries at this time affecting your credit score. And ask before making any big bank deposits. Keep your bank accounts the same for now. Don't change bank accounts during your escrow period. And please, please, please do not co-sign loans for anyone else while buying your home. Some of these might seem like small little things, but following them can really save you some big headaches and keep your purchase on track. Do me a favor, type into the chat, which one of these 10 items surprised you the most? No co-signing? Mhm. Yeah, the co-signing can really affect your credit, and we've actually seen it happen quite a few times. Depositing money, yes, people get surprised by that. Who would think that you're putting money into your account is gonna affect you, but it does. All right, let's move on to step number 8 of the buy-in process. So this is the final walkthrough. This is your opportunity to make sure the home is exactly as promised before you close escrow and get the keys. We'll schedule this together, usually just a day or two before closing. And during the walkthrough, we check that all repairs for the negotiations are done, the appliances and systems are working and in place, and nothing has changed since your last visit. If something isn't right, we'll help you decide the next best steps, whether that's going to be to negotiate the fixes, ask for credits, or delay closing if needed. Our team is right by your side during the walkthrough, giving you confidence and peace of mind as you prepare to make this house your home. Step number nine, loan docs are going to be signed after your lender gives you the clear to close. So that means your loan is fully approved and ready for you to sign the final terms. Loan documents must be signed in person and in front of a notary. These docs are going to include your mortgage note, your deed of trust, your loan disclosures, and a breakdown of your monthly payment. It's going to be a big stack of papers, but don't worry, the notary will explain every page and guide you through it all. Anyone who is on the loan must be at the signing, and you'll need to bring a valid photo ID. And I always tell my clients, set aside at least an hour to an hour, 15 minutes for the complete signing. Next, escrow will give you your wire transfer instructions for your down payment and your closing costs. And because wire fraud, it's a real thing and it is on the rise, for security, escrow will never email the full account details. You will need to call them directly to verify the account number. Unfortunately, this did happen to someone that we know in Nevada. Their client wired $50,000 not knowing their email account was hacked into. So this is why I stress on this point. Please just pick up the phone, speak to escrow, and let them hear your voice so they get to know who you are. All right, step 10, congratulations. You reached step 10 and made it to the finish line and are now a proud homeowner. So moving in it's very exciting, but also a bit overwhelming. So we'll provide tips to keep your move smooth and stress-free, like setting up utilities and changing your address early. This is also a good time to schedule any maintenance or updates you want to tackle right away before moving in, such as redoing the flooring or painting, or maybe you wanted to do a little remodeling. Remember, our relationship doesn't end at closing. We're here to support you long after you move in. So whether you have questions or need recommendations. Step 10 is the best part, getting the keys and officially becoming a homeowner. But getting to that point, it takes the right support, which brings us to the next mistake buyers can make, not working with an experienced buyer's agent. I'm going to drop a link into the chat, so go ahead and click on it and book your home buying consultation today. Mistake number 5, without having an experienced buyer's agent, no one is there to advocate for you or to protect your best interests throughout the process. So why do you need experienced representation and why we're the right team for you? Buying a home may be one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, financially and possibly emotionally. It's not just about finding the right property, it's about making the right moves along the way. And that's where we come in. The market is constantly shifting. Interest rates, inventory, seller motivation, and buyer competition is changing quickly. As full-time agents with over 40 years of combined experience, hundreds of homes sold, we know how to navigate those changes and help you make smart, timely decisions. We guide you through everything from crafting competitive offers to negotiating repairs and credits, helping you avoid costly missteps and often saving you money. Our experience and industry relationships can give your offer a real advantage, especially when the market is competitive. We are also working a lot behind the scenes. We manage all the moving parts, inspections, appraisals, disclosures. There's escrow timelines and lender coordination to keep everything on track and to reduce your stress. We also bring to you a trusted network of inspectors, lenders, contractors, people we know and trust to deliver results. We know what to ask. We know what to watch out for, and we know how to protect your investment. So whether it's your first home or your next, this is a big move and you shouldn't have to figure it out alone. We're here to guide you through each step with clarity, strategy, and support, so you feel confident from the start all the way through to the finish. So if you're out looking at homes, tell them you're working with us. And why is this important? The agent hosting the open house, they have a fiduciary duty to represent the seller's best interests. So having your own experienced agent ensures your needs are fully advocated for throughout the process. In new construction, the builder's agent, they work for the builder, not you. So just tell them right up front that you're already working with a professional real estate team, and feel free to give them our information, or better yet, just take us with you. It protects your relationship with us and it avoids confusion. Remember, our priority is you. We want to make sure you're fully protected and that your purchase goes smoothly. If you don't already have a lender or would like a second opinion, we recommend and work with Valor Home Finance because they are reliable, they're responsive, and they truly care about our client's success. They work really hard to find the right loan options for each buyer. If you would like to connect with one of their local and professional lenders, just scan the QR code or take a picture of their contact information. We'll also share a link in the chat so you can easily book your home buying consultation, and you can request to have a lender available to answer any questions. Did you guys all get that before I switch the screen? Okay. Let's do a quick recap of everything that we covered tonight. We walked through the financial benefits of homeownership, why now is a great time to buy, and what to expect in 2025. We also shared the most common buyer mistakes and how to avoid them. We broke down buyer fees and gave you a step-by-step guide to the entire home buying process, from understanding down payments and credit to protecting your loan and the importance of having the right representation. I know I covered a lot of details and information tonight, so you'll get a copy of the presentation to review later. We'll email that to you. And we hope you're leaving feeling more confident and ready for your next step. So now that we're nearing the end of the presentation, I would love to ask you just a couple of questions. Do you feel a little more confident about what this journey looks like? Let me know by saying yes into the chat. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Wouldn't you feel more confident knowing you're working with a team that's done this hundreds of times before? Yep. Is it fair to say that using these tips would give you a significant advantage when buying a home? And can you imagine how exciting it will feel to hold the keys to a place that's all your own? I don't know what you knew about the home buying process coming into this webinar tonight, but I can probably bet that a lot of what we covered today was new and valuable to you. So right now we're offering free consultations to help you accomplish your homeownership goals. If you liked what you heard today or learned something, copy the Calendly link below or scan the QR code to schedule a call with one of our team members. We're going to drop the link into the chat again. So go ahead and click on it to book your home buying consultation today. Let me know if you guys need some more time to scan the QR code. Has everyone got that? Okay. And as a thank you, we would like to give you our ultimate home buyer's guide. This is packed with tips, checklists, and answers to the most common questions we hear from buyers. You can scan the QR code on the screen or use the link provided to get instant access to our free buyer guide. And we hope this helps to make your home buying journey smoother, more informed, and more confident. And just like we promised at the start, we've got something special for those of you who stayed on till the very end with us. Anyone who books a free consultation tonight will receive a special gift. We will pay $500 towards the closing costs on the purchase of your next home. So go ahead, schedule your free consultation to get this gift from us. All right, and at this time, we'd love to open it up for any questions. Does anyone have something they'd like to ask one of our team members or our lender? You can unmute yourself.
All right, does anybody have any questions? Like Trisha said, go ahead and unmute yourself or raise your hand and I can unmute you.
Or you can type it into the chat, whatever you're most comfortable with.
Like Lori,
Any
unmute.
questions for the lender or Frank?
Hey Frank, this is Lori. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So are you familiar with the affordable housing program in Ventura County, Simi Valley?
Yes, actually, I am.
Okay. Would I be able to meet? I signed up for one of those consultations, but I'm only in a position for affordable housing, like the affordable housing program. Would you be able to talk to me about that at the consultation, or would it be something else?
No, I'd be happy to talk to you about that. I mean, some of that it has to do with the availability of funds and the properties that are available that are entered into that program. I'm happy to talk to you about it though, but all of those, yeah, can be very useful.
Okay, thank you. So I scheduled an appointment for Friday, I think at 3:30. I don't know if you can meet me then, or I think you have my email. We connect another time would be fine too. I just want to find, I know a lot about the program, but I didn't know if you have connections with the city to find out when properties become available or how it's working right now. So,
Sure, I'd be happy to fill you in on what I know.
okay, thank you.
And then it looks like Yuritsa put a question in the comments. She asks, what do you think of getting a condo first, then a house?
Okay, so that can be a question for both real estate and for a lender. So I'm going to start off with saying, we're going to first sit down and look at your needs. So what are your needs? What are you looking for in your next home that's not currently working for you in your current home? What has you thinking about a condo versus a house? Is it going to be your budget? So that's something we're going to talk to the lender about also. So what's your affordability? What are your needs? So it all depends on what every person is different. So really, we just need to have that consultation with you to get a little bit more information to see how we can best help you move forward.
Right. And also I might add to that, you know, if you want to start with a condo, that allows you, sometimes those are a lot more affordable than a single family home. That'll allow you to build up some equity over some years. And then once you build up enough equity, you can sell that, use the equity built to purchase a larger home. So, but again, everybody's situation is different. I do encourage you to book a call and we can have a more in-depth conversation on what your needs are. We have another question from Anthony. He asks, are there any first-time home buyer programs available? I think that one's for you, Frank.
Oh, you guys can already hear me. Sorry. Yeah, there actually is. I was dealing with some of them today. A lot of people may not. I was talking to Lori earlier about the local type of first-time home buyer programs that are available. So there is community first-time home buyer programs. There's also lender first-time home buyer programs. I was talking to a first-time home buyer just today, and because she doesn't have money for a down payment, and there are lenders that will not only lend on the first, so that's the majority of the house, the 96.5%, but they'll also lend on a second lien for the down payment. And this program I was talking to them about was actually a forgivable second lien. So they'll give you the money for the down payment, the 3.5% of an FHA loan. And after living there for 5 years, as long as you don't have any 90 or more day delinquents during that 5-year period, that second lien will be forgivable. So an excellent way for people to break in if down payment is a problem. And again, building equity over those 5 years, while the payments are a little bit more because they're giving you the second lien and the down payment money. Over that time, I calculated out what the appreciation would be. She would actually have about $135,000 of equity at the end of that 5 years. And then the money that they gave her for the down payment or that lien would fall off. So it's super advantageous to find out about all of those programs. A lot of them are tailored to the actual person. So it's particular to your need, and I'm happy to talk to you about those things.
Yeah, because I literally live from paycheck to paycheck, and pay my rent, wait for the next paycheck, expenses, and then just rent again. And I'm just kind of sick and tired of doing that. And this is why I'm kind of looking at getting a home for us. And I have 5 kids. One of them's going off to college, and the 4 are still at home, teenagers. So we want to get out of the area of Burbank and live out in Simi Valley, Moore Park, Camarillo, wherever, just because we're done with this area, really. So.
Yeah, Anthony, I love it. And I go back to the same thing. I'd love to be able to talk to you about your situation, because a lot of people have particularities, that different needs. Some are down payment, some are terms. It varies for everybody.
Okay, cool. I'll schedule something. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you, Anthony. Okay, we've got another question from Areta. I hope I pronounced that correct. But what do you think about a duplex?
Ooh, that's a great question. So yes, I think a duplex is a great idea, especially if you're going to use it as an investment property. So I don't know what your thoughts were on that, if you're planning on buying it for an investment property or using half of it to live in and the other half as an investment property. But yes, always a great investment. I like that idea. And of course, if you want to go more into detail, just schedule a call with us and then we can talk about your situation a little bit more.
That's exactly what I planned on doing with it.
Okay, there you go. Great idea.
Schedule already.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I scheduled already for a meeting for Monday.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have another question from Jamie. Can you tell me how much house I can shop for, meaning the price? So that one might be a question for you, Frank. If she's got questions on how much home she can afford, maybe you can help answer that one.
Yeah, that's a popular way to kind of reverse engineer things. So getting a kind of a bird's eye view of your credit, income, and maybe the liabilities that you have is an easy way to be able to kind of identify at least a ballpark figure. It's not super complicated, but 15-20 minutes, we should be able to do that.
Perfect. Yeah. And maybe schedule a call and get more in depth. Again, we need to see what your situation is. There's a lot to everybody's situation is different. Everybody's income is different. Their family situation is different. Their reasons why they need to do certain things is different. So schedule a call. We'd love to speak with you and work that one out with you. Okay. Billy says, could they be combined? Billy, I'm not sure which things you're asking about for a combination. Maybe you can type in what you're talking about there. I apologize.
Was it the programs that Frank was talking about for first-time home buyers?
Maybe.
So Frank, do you have that answer? Can you expand on that?
There are some that can be. Yeah. I know of grants. So if you're familiar with grants are a lot like what I just described. They're forgivable. There are nonprofits that offer grants. There are cities that offer grants. And obviously they'll have a budget that will run out from time to time. But there are grants out there that you can get 5% down payment, 10% down payment, and they don't limit you to adding on more of a down payment if you have extra funds, or maybe gift funds on top of that. And then over a certain amount of time, that grant will fall off of your lien and you'll just own the home at the end of that. And I'd be happy to kind of guide you through knowing some of those names too and where to find them.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? We also dropped the link into the chat again. We have Frank's information in the chat. If you want to schedule a call with him, just do that through the consultation link. And then we also put a link in for the home buyer's guide in case you didn't get a chance to scan the QR code. Anyone else?
Great, great. And Billy, thank
Okay.
you. Your call is scheduled for tomorrow. That's perfect. Thank you.
All right.
This-
Well,
go ahead, Trisha. What were you gonna say?
I was going to close it out unless someone else has a question.
Doesn't look like it, but I would actually like to thank everybody for joining this call. I hope everybody got some great information. I'm excited to meet with some of you over a scheduled link. We do have some great information. Right now is such a great time to buy, and I know Frank would agree with me, being from the lender side. He's got a lot of programs that his company works with, and you know, when you work with Frank and his team, you're working with a great set of gentlemen who are the most honest lenders I have ever encountered. So you've got that going for you too. Again, thank you everybody for joining. We're looking forward to speaking with you in the near future.
Yeah, so thank you. We want to close out with a heartfelt thank you for spending your evening with us. We're truly excited for the opportunity to help you find not just a house, but the perfect place to call home. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
You're
Scheduled.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.